Good morning, everyone. My name is Trent Stubbs, and I'm the co-founder of Aconabolics LLC. We are providing the next generation of diagnostic tools to the world. You see, every year, 1.5 million Americans will be diagnosed with cancer. And if you have a loved one who's been affected by cancer, you know that there's a very large difference between getting the phone call saying you have stage 1 cancer and hearing that you have stage 4 cancer. Early detection is critical. And Aconabolics is turning the stage 4 cancer diagnoses into stage 1 cancer diagnoses. Cancer is very challenging to detect because cancerous cells and healthy human cells appear nearly identical within the body. Cells are small, complex, and opaque, and it's very difficult to peer inside to get a good sense about what's going on. What we believe will be the best method to detect these differences within cells is using chemical tracers. This is a field called metabolic flux analysis. These chemical tracers act as little GPS trackers. So you could imagine they work the same exact way an FBI agent might catch a criminal. You could take a GPS tracker, put it on the underside of a bad guy's car, watch him weave through the city, and then bust him right before he commits the crime. That's exactly what you can do with these chemical tracers, except inside the body. You can map cellular processes, and then you can distinguish cancerous cells from healthy human cells before a mass forms. Now, these chemical tracers are incredibly valuable. They work, and they can inform the researcher or the physician about these differences that are occurring at a cellular level in order to diagnose cancer. However, they're ridiculously expensive. For amounts less than grains of sand, it can cost thousands of dollars for milligram quantities, and that's really limiting the market. Our method is a chemical process to produce these chemical tracers that doesn't require the complexity of using cells to make them. What that means is, in the past, what has required these large-scale fermentation techniques in order to produce very small amounts of material, we can have automated and on demand. Right now in our lab at Furman, we can push a button and using some robotics and Python script, have product ready in a couple of hours. There's been very few products available to the market, very restricted product customization. What that means is the actual tracer molecule can only be placed on a certain position on the atom. Using our method, we have kind of expanded product diversity, meaning we can place that tracer atom at any position and in any pattern within the larger molecule. Our purification is much simpler than fermentation chemistry. We are just pulling a single molecule out of a route that is 100% directed toward the product, rather than using a fermentation technique where you are trying to pull one compound out of an entire sea of cells and other biological muck. And so currently these compounds are being priced at thousands of dollars for a milligram, which is a grain of sand. It's a ridiculously small amount of material. Using our method, we will be multiple orders of magnitude more cost efficient. So recently we were granted an SCRA ASAP grant award. This is a $25,000 award. We are going to use it to contract certificates of analyses. These are a third-party validation of the purity and enrichment levels of our products, which we can then send to end users. We want to continue laboratory automation, scaling up some of our syntheses while still maintaining this Python and robotics kind of based operation. And then lastly, we want to contract some product crystallization and formulation with other industries so we can work on the next line of products we have available. So over the past 2 years since Aconabolics was formed, we've raised over $150,000 in revenue, and we are still 100% co-founder owned to this day. Aconabolics was formed in July of 2018. We filed 2 provisional patents. These provisional patents, as of January, were just submitted as the full patent, also claiming the international rights. We've signed non-disclosure agreements with 3 different distributors, working with them toward commercializing some of these products. We have a licensing agreement with Furman, allowing us to operate on campus as an incubator company, also providing us with all the facility and instrumentation we need to take this forward. In August 2019, we received our first startup grant, and our first product was ready for market. And then just recently, we've been working on a $60,000 service contract with a company local to the area. the team that I have the pleasure of working with every single day. Myself, my co-founder, Dr. Greg Springsteen, our project manager, Deb Bucci, and then our mentor team through the Next VMS program, Tom Roy, Greg Bennett, Ben Harris, and Prashant Parabu. So with that, thank you so much for allowing me to share my story with you today. Now let's share it with the world.